You little rascals have been hounding me to make a part 2. Ask and ye shall receive. Here it is. Today we're doing a part 2. So today we are going to look at some of the ones you guys sent in last time that I wasn't able to get to. And you guys have sent in a bunch of new ones since last time. So we're just going to have a mixed bag here today. And we're going to see who has the best and maybe worst pedal boards. So we're gonna start off first with some emails and then move to Instagram DMs. First up, we've got Logan. He says, my super sick pedal board. He's got the Keeley Comp, he's got the Fuzzface Mini, DS2, Chromatic Tuner, and JHS Color Box. Very simple little board, but overall really great pedal choices. I do have a couple questions though. Why is the tuner just halfway through the chain? But hey, if it works for you and you're able to stay in tune that way, totally chill. Obviously it's a pretty small board, you don't really have much more room to fit anything on here, but I would like to see some sort of reverb at least, or maybe like a little modulation or something on there, I don't know. Just a little more something for some atmosphere. But overall, really nice, really clean, really organized. I think I'm gonna give you like a 6.9 to start it off. All right, next up we got Jose with his Pedalboard. He also says, love your vids. Thank you. And this is quite a setup here. It's not much of a board. It's kind of just like placed on a desk, which is fine. I think whatever works for you. I really like the Lego Steve here. I think that adds a good touch. This flower, is this from, what is this from? Like Plants vs. Zombies or something? Either way, we got the BD2, which is a great pedal. Then we got the Ultra Vibrato. I actually used to have that pedal, but I sold it recently. That was like the first guitar pedal that I ever bought. It's a vibrato, you know, not really anything crazy. Super Chorus, I have that. I'm not like a massive fan of it or anything. It's a solid pedal though. He said this is the Falling Star Delay by Moval. Never heard of Moval before. Seems like it's probably like the Mo Sky type of vibe. Oh, I also totally forgot there's a Big Muff here too. Obviously great pedal. I like that it's in the big giant casing. And then this thing is like a digital Tascam multi-track recorder, I think, which is pretty neato. I don't think it's plugged into anything, but it's a cool little piece of gear. All things considered here, it's a little unorganized. I think I'm gonna give it a 6.4. I think that's solid. All right, this one right here is from Aiden. He says the empty space is now filled by a Donner chorus. I'm a fan of this one. First and foremost, I didn't even really know EHX made a tuner. This Wazacraft Heavy Metal is a great pedal. Fun little tidbit anecdote thing about the OS2. The OS2 was actually the first guitar pedal that I ever sold when I worked at Guitar Center. I sold it to a kid who was looking for his first guitar pedal. He wanted to play like some classic rock, but he also wanted to play like some Blink-182 and Green Day and stuff. And this pedal was like kind of perfect for that because it just has such a wide range. Boss Delay, great pedal. Ocean's 11 is a great reverb pedal. And he said this space is filled with a chorus now, which is like kind of exactly what this board needed, was some sort of little modulation. So overall, I think I'm gonna have to give this board solid 8. I think it's a really good board. All right, this next one is from Celeste. They say, here is my pedal board. This is after collecting for a bit. So this is what we got going on. This is a Teisco like fuzz pedal or something. Kind of hard to follow because it's very unorganized, but that's okay. Nice little MXR compressor. We got the hot wax. This Pitchfork is a very interesting pedal. I've never seen this before, but I'm gonna assume that it's just like a pitch shift pedal. We got the Fender Hammertone chorus, Rat Classic. We got the DD3. Pretty solid overall. I would like to see some sort of reverb or something on here. Also, no tuner. I don't know how you guys are tuning your guitars. I did see that somebody commented on my last episode why like you need a tuner. They're like, well, if I'm just using the built-in tuner on my Fender LT25 or whatever, using a snark or whatever, isn't that good enough? Which, yes, in most cases that's probably going to be fine. You'll be able to tune your guitar, but it's nice to have an actual tuner pedal first at the front of your chain for a few reasons. Tuner pedals tend to be a little bit more accurate than like a snark or like an amp tuner or whatever. Also, another really nice thing about a tuner is that you can click it and it will just like mute the signal, which is really nice if you're playing live and you don't want the whole crowd to just hear you tuning your guitar. Also, if you need to switch guitars or unplug your guitar, you can just hit the tuner instead of turning your amp volume down or turning your amp off or whatever else. Tuners are nice, guys. You don't need a real fancy one. You can just get a cheapo one. Believe me, it's a real like quality of life thing that will help you a lot. Anyways, back to this board. I really like the pedal selections a lot. A little bit tough to follow with all the cables and wackiness going on here, but overall I think I'm just gonna give it like a 6.6. Okay, this one, I don't really know how to say her name. Let's figure that out. Okay, this next one is from Shambi. Shout out to Google Translate for that one. He says, hello feezo, good video. If you're going to make a second part, here's my board. Best wishes from Russia. This is about like as organized of a pedal board as you can get, so props to that. DS1, obviously, one of the best pedals ever. I've never actually used these TC Electronic pedals, but I'd love to give them a try because I know they're pretty affordable. This Tape Echo pedal looks really cool. I've never seen this before. Hall of Fame 2, this is an amazing pedal. I missed this originally, but it's actually going out from the Polytune up into this Tube Screamer and then the Mr. Fuzz. Or what is it? It's not Mr. Fuzz. M Fuzz. I like Mr. Fuzz better. We definitely got a couple great pedal selections here. Also organizationally, just really great. Overall, really good. I think I'm gonna have to give it a 7.1. All right, this next one is from Shambi or Shambi. Shambi kind of sounds French, sounds fancy. This is quite a pedal board for sure. First and foremost, extremely organized. It's definitely got a spaceship vibe to it with all the little flashing colored lights and stuff. Both of these Chase Bliss pedals are like some of the coolest pedals ever. We got the Mini TU3, which is really cool. Crazy funky looking compressor thing. This EHX Canyon delay is a super cool pedal. I don't even know what this is. It's got a little screen on it. Micro clock? It's just a clock. It's just a clock. I think it's got something to do with the delay here, which is also a sick delay, this D20. These are just incredible pedals. He also included this, which is a diagram of the chain. It's just like a little maze you have to follow, a little labyrinth on your pedal board. But overall, I feel like it'd be a crime if I didn't give you a solid 9 for this one. All right, this one is from Dylan. He says, hey there, Feez. I'd love it if you could rate my pedal board. Well, you're in luck. I'm about to. Years and years of pedal collecting, empty wallets, and an unhealthy obsession for weird, borderline, unlistenable music has led me to this. Very interesting vibes going on here. We got the Octaver before the tuner, which is definitely an interesting vibe. The tuner is also the Wazacraft version of the tuner. I don't know why I felt compelled to add this in here, but for anybody who's ever played Minecraft, the Wazacraft tuner is like the guitarist's equivalent of making a diamond hoe in Minecraft. Just flexing, just cuz. I know the buffer's better or whatever, but it's just a tuner. This one looks way cooler to be honest, but is it worth paying however much more money? I don't know. That's not for me to decide. Boss Synthesizer is a very cool choice. Wazacraft CE2 with this little zoom thing, which I've heard a lot of people say I should try out. We got the Lossy from Chase Bliss, which is a crazy pedal. We got like a billion Strymon pedals, which are just so massive. And it's all running off of, is this a Donner power supply? I think it is. We've got easily over $1,000 worth of pedals here running off a $15 power supply. I respect that. I also like how it's on this little staircase pedal board thing too. I feel like that's a nice touch. Overall, man, this is a sick board. I feel like I'm gonna have to give you like an 8.6. You guys are going hard with the pedal boards today. These are some crazy pedal boards. All right, this one is from Tina. It says it's a combination guitar and bass pedal board. First and foremost, very nice setup organizationally. Also, I love that all the cables are purple. It's just very uniform. So these are both custom DIY pedals, which I think is super cool. This is supposed to be like a tone bender fuzz, and then this one is like a compressor. Just such cool designs. Like honestly, props to you for making such cool pedals. We also have the JHS Violet and the Blooms, which I'm pretty sure is the bass version of the Plumes, if I'm not mistaken. Sonic Cake Levitate, which is just like a delay reverb unit, I think, and then the Boss Equalizer. So yeah, really nice little setup. It's got really everything you need there. I feel like maybe, you know, tuner would be nice. Yeah, overall, I think I'm gonna probably have to give the board like a 7.4, but being able to make your own pedals is sick, so I really respect that. Okay, this next one is from Kai. I was trying to find the message in here because I knew there was a message, but it's written in the Gmail equivalent of invisible ink. You gotta do this. Hi Feezo, saw your video rating your viewers' pedal boards and wanted to send a pic of mine in case you make a part 2. Love your videos and best of luck with your music career. Thank you, man, I appreciate that. I use this rig mostly to play shoegaze, grunge, and doom. Well, let's check it out. We got the little black and white plumes, which is cool. We got a rat, we got the Hazumitas fuzz, which is super sick. Small clone, obviously synonymous with Nirvana, but just a great chorus pedal overall. And this is a sick pedal, the little Boss Space Echo. And then the RV6, incredible pedals on here. Also really nice organization too. It's just set up on a nice little, neat little package. Just really overall perfect board. I'm honestly gonna give this one a 9. It just goes to show that sometimes it's not all about having a billion pedals and having the fanciest, nicest pedals ever. It's also about the pedal selection, the organization, and the overall aesthetic and vibe, you know? Also, the rest of his rig is killer as well. We have a beautiful little Fender Jag over here, and then we also have the Princeton Reverb, so great taste, gotta respect it, super good job, dude. Okay, now we're gonna move on to Instantgram. Chinese Maxing 101. Oh, I forgot Instagram doesn't let you zoom. Thanks, Mark Zuckerberg, for making such a great platform that works really well. Well, I guess he didn't make it, they just acquired it. All right, this one is from Rocket Lord. We have quite a setup here. We got the Polytune, and then that goes into the Digitech Drop, and then into this HX Stomp. It looks like you're using this for distortion, chorus, and flanger, which is nice that you can kind of just use this as whatever pedals you want. Overall, I think I'm just gonna have to give this one a solid 5. I think we've got room for improvement here on this one, especially organizationally with all the spaghetti cables going on. All right, this one is from Castor Troy. We have probably the tiniest tuner I have ever seen in my life, which is pretty cool. This says Plumes, but I don't know what pedal company this is from, and I gotta be honest, all of the artwork on these, pretty atrocious. I'm not really a fan. This one especially kind of looks looks like a bad Fortnite gameplay YouTube video thumbnail. We got this little K-line delay with like a spider on it. We got a lot of little cheapo pedals in here, and then we just got the RV6 thrown in there. Wireless turner? I don't know what this is, to be honest with you. I like the little flowers that you got on here. Are these like crocheted? That's pretty cool. I think overall, I'll probably give you like a 5.7 on this one. All right, this next one is from Robin. He said, just wanted to say that I really liked the video of you reacting to pedal boards. Would love to see more parts of you reacting to pedal boards. All right, so at first glance, this is a really cool board. I also really like this little rug that you got. It kind of looks like grass, but it's obviously, you know, carpet. The Boss PS6 Harmonist is a great, really awesome experimental kind of pedal. Looks like we have a wah, then we have the really crazy whammy pedal, DS1, MT2, CH1. We got the Ram's Head Big Muff, we got an SD1, we got the normal Big Muff. There's a lot of pedals on this board. But also, this is just wild too. This little like power supply slash switcher thing. I don't know exactly, but overall, really great board. I think I'm gonna have to give you a 7.7 on this one. I really like it. All right, this next one is from my man Eli. Very simple little pedal board, but we've got the Polytune. We got a CS3. I have one of those as well, but I never use it because I feel like I'm always using the DS1, and the DS1 kind of has some natural compression that it does. Then we got the Wampler Tumnus, which is a great little Klon pedal. Got the Plumes, which is nice. Then we got the Bosch Trem, and this is a reverb. Yeah, it's a reverb. He says that he hasn't been using it much lately, which you can tell it's a little dusty, but that's okay because overall, really nice little board. It's organized really well, and I'm gonna give it a 6.6. I think that's solid. Okay, and I think finally we have to end off with this one because this is the best by far. This one is from Fairs. He says, let me participate. I said, I grant you your wish. Okay, so my bass pedal board or my guitar pedal board? I just said either one works, and he sent this. Nice. This is a great pedal board. This is really about as organized as you can get when it comes to a pedal board. Could use a little bit more variety though, if I'm being honest. I'd like to see, you know, a few more pedals on this one. Probably gonna have to give this one like a 9.5, I think. I really spent time on it. Yeah, I can tell. Also, shout out to Julian here. He said, I'm just now finding out that feezo used a picture of my pedal board for YouTube video. Why do you have to do me dirty? To be fair, in the video, I didn't give him a 2 out of 10, but you know, that was just the craziest pedal board that I had in that video, so I used that one as the thumbnail. So yeah, guys, that pretty much does it for me in this video here today. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. I love checking out all your guys' pedal boards and seeing what kind of cool, funky pedals you got. Let me know if you think I should keep doing this series and making more episodes. If you want to send in a picture of your pedal board, you can send it to my Instagram, or you can also send a picture to this email right here. I kind of look at them both equally. So yeah, I thank you all for watching this video. I appreciate all of you. You guys are the best, and I will see you all in the next video.